Hey, super folders. It's me, Tom. Well, you guys have been asking me for a long time for instructions for how to fold one of these Deluxe Yodas. One of these guys right here. Right? That's what you wanted. Looks sort of like the guy on the book. Now, this is not exactly the way the guy on the book was made, but he's got a lot of nice details. Eyes, a nice mouth. You don't have to draw it on. It's really there. This guy's even got a little hand. I'll show you now how to fold something like this. Now, this is hard, okay? This might get hard. Don't get mad if it doesn't work, all right? And don't even try this one unless you've folded one of my Easy Yodas. Because the Easy Yoda is very similar to this, okay? There's just going to be some other things we're going to do first. All right, so you ready to give it a try? Well, let's start off. We've got to figure out how we're going to get the eyes and the mouth on there. All right, what we're going to do, turn it over. Now, notice I'm using some two-sided paper. You can use one-sided paper, but it really will look better if you get some real Origami Yoda paper. Real origami paper. This is two colors, okay? Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take and fold it not all the way in half. Okay, this is just to give us an idea of where the top of his head is going to be. This is going to be the top of his head right here. Okay? That's just to get us started. Now, we want to start putting our details in there. We're going to unfold this. Now, folks, I'm telling you, this is tricky. We're going to put some pleats in there. The pleats are what are going to make these features. Here's how we do it. Take the paper and fold it down and give it a good crease. And then fold it back up so that just a little bit is sticking out there, okay? A little bit is sticking out. And so now you can see how that's going to be his mouth. Does that make sense? Does that look like it's going to be his mouth? Maybe. Now, that's a pleat. You see what happened there? See how that worked? That's pleat number one, the mouth. Now, there's two more pleats here, and they're not easy. These are the pleats that are going to make his eyes. I tell you, I have an awful time trying to get them in the right place every time. You just got to sort of hope it works out right. So, ready? We're going to fold down like this. We're going to leave just the amount of room that we think is right between his mouth and the bottom of his eyes. Mouth and the bottom of his eyes. Okay? Then we fold the back side up, making another pleat. Okay, and we're trying to make sure we leave enough room for the other pleat before we get too close to the top of his head. It's starting to get a little dicey here. Now we're going to fold down. Now we've got the bottom of the pleat on, the bottom of the eye. Okay, now we need to make the top of the eye. That's going to be another pleat. You're going to fold this down here. Oh, this is so hard. I wish you guys didn't ask for instructions because I hate folding this thing. It's so hard. And now you're going to fold this back up. And you want it to come right so it matches up with the other eye line. Oh, I've made him a very small area there for his eyes. Yeah. Well, tell you what, I'm going to refold this a little bit here. You gotta go with the flow with this thing. It doesn't always work out right. Okay, you got to make changes as you go along, and you even have to be a little artistic at times. So use your best judgment, okay? I can't tell you exactly how to do this. But what you got now is a fold for the mouth, two folds that create his eye, where his eyes will be. How is that? All right, now unfold this part here. We want it all, the other side now, all brown here. Let's see. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fold a little bit of this back onto the other side. Okay? So we just folded, actually turn it green up, just fold up from the bottom. That'll be simpler. All right. So now you've got something that looks like this. Fold it back over, flip it back over. Now, from here, it's going to be a lot like our Easy Origami Yoda. We'll fold one side over, being careful to keep our pleats in line. Okay, and then we'll fold another side over. I'm not sure I folded up far enough from the bottom here. We'll have to see how it goes. See, the pleats get messed up. This is so tricky. Now, you're going to make these ears. Pull these corners out. And you want to get them like this. Okay? Make sure that this angle is pretty sharp here. Don't let your line go all the way down like this. You want it to go across pretty sharp there. And now, open it up so you can get to the other ear. And fold it out too. Once again, trying to keep it pretty tight there. There we go. Alright, now it's time to see if this looks anything at all like Yoda. You're going to fold down. Oh boy, does that look anything like Yoda? Not much. Well, we'll see. Maybe it'll help once we do the eyes. Okay. First of all, let's pinch down with your finger right in the middle of his head. And then you got to get your fingernail in there. Sometimes it's hard to do. Push up. Okay, we're bending that paper. Try not to tear it. We're just bending the paper. Other hand is going to do it. Oh, this one's coming up a little easier. Squash that down. All right, there you go. Those are the tops of his eyes. The bottoms of his eyes I like to make a little smaller. I'm just going to get let's make those a little bit there. Hey, this might end up looking a little bit like Yoda after all. Okay, and then his mouth. We'll pull his mouth up a little bit. Just shaping it, okay? We're just shaping it a little bit. We're not actually folding anywhere, just giving it some shape. Now, those ears just don't look right at all. To start doing the ears, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to fold the sides of his... See here, you're going to fold the sides. Oh, this one came undone. You're going to fold the sides of his head here to give him a more rounded look. And that's actually going to make it easier for us to deal with the ears. Okay, there we go with that. And there we go with that. That's not bad, actually. It's not bad. It was not going to be my worst origami Yoda. Close, but not the worst. Now, we can open him back up and start fighting with these ears, okay? You're trying to get them to look long and skinny and wrinkly and natural. Okay, just do whatever you can here. That's not real origami, is it? That's a mess. But that's the way you do it. Okay, here we go again. On this side, trying to sculpt his ears a little bit. Let's see what that looks like. Alright, that's not too bad. Let's give him a rounded head. Well, fix his ears up a little bit. Well, that is one strange looking Yoda. But, you get what you pay for. There you go. Now let's see if we can open him back up. Let's swap these. That looks pretty good there. Alright. Wonder if we can get a hand to come out. We're going to open him up again. We're going to take this little corner here. Drag it over like this. Squash it down. Most of this will be hidden, so you won't have to worry about it too much. Squash that down. Now you're going to open this part up and stuff the other part in like that. Alright. Oh, I think it's going to work. Well, his hand isn't sticking out very far. Let's see if we can pull the hand out a little farther. No, we can't. Alright, there it is. There it is. That's as far as we can get it. We squash everything down. We squash his head back down. We fix the top of his head. We fix his eyes. Well, it looks a little bit like Yoda. What do you say? And at least it's a finger puppet, if nothing else. Alright, Yoda, what do you have to say? May the Force be with you. And you're going to need the Force to try to fold one of these things. I told you it wasn't easy. Obviously, I'm not very good at it myself. But if you fight with it a little bit, you can get one that looks pretty good, I bet. And I'll just keep messing with this one, see how I can do. Meanwhile, you guys get some paper and start folding. Have fun!